are rolling in for Caffeine and Octane, the largest monthly car show in America. Fill up on some coffee, top off the octane, and head on down.
There's quite literally everything you can imagine.
It's a rather obscure car, to say the least.
Don't mind me. Just a Lambo motorcycle.
Henry Ford III. What do you think of what Chuck's done to this? This is a 1969 Saab Sonnet, and it's a rather obscure car, to say the least. Saab built some sports cars back in the 60s, and this is an all fiberglass car. Some of the unique things about it is that it is a 4-speed, but it's on the column. And to go into reverse, you take it, you put it in neutral, you pull it out, and slide it up to where you normally go into reverse. It comes with an integrated roll cage, bucket seats, and of course you can see the good DOT bumpers they put on it that had to have 5-mile-an-hour impact. Now to Brian Fuller, who I believe has found an older, souped-up version of himself.
At a recent event, I caught a glimpse of what I like to think of as a little yellow magic. And I met the wizard behind the magic.
Chuck Beck, good to see you, man. Good morning.
You too.
Hey,
How's it going?
what in the world is the Shogun?
It's a Ford Festiva. It has the SHO, high performance engine. The main thing about the car,
What did you do?
we have the motor back where it's supposed to be, and gives a little better traction, a little better balance to the vehicle, and a lot more fun this way.
I love that Chuck really just does not care. He takes SHO-powered Ford motor, throws it into a Festiva, makes his own bodywork, calls it a Shogun, and all these people, I mean, he made several of them.
This particular car will run a high 12-second quarter mile, a little over 100 miles an hour. As ugly as it is, it'll run about 150 miles an hour up top. So, you know, you have no problem spanking a Vet or a Turbo Lotus or something like that with the ugliest thing on the planet. Top end's about 150 miles an hour. Pull 1.14 Gs on the skid pad.
Wow.
So in 1990, there was nothing on the planet that you could buy that would run with it. There's virtually nothing on the car that's Festiva except the doors. We didn't mess with those.
You're a sick man, Chuck Beck.
He is a sick man.
I've been called worse.
Guys, why don't we walk around a little bit and see what else is here and see if we can find some other interesting things. Let's go find some cars.
I really just walk around and look. You know, it can be a hood ornament that draws me in. It can be some big fat tires that draw me in. It can be metal flake. I just walk around and something pops and there you go.
Woo! Wow. Is this yours?
It is.
Man, I've been drooling over this thing all morning. Man, this is beautiful. Where'd you get it?
Barn find.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It doesn't look very barn fine right now.
No, it was a $2,000 car when I bought it. So 1966 Nova, Detroit speed suspension, front and back. It's a T56 transmission. It's an LS motor, 409 cubic inch, 530 horsepower, custom interior.
I love the black leather interior with the stainless mesh. It's very tasteful, but not overdone. The paint is just absolutely gorgeous. It sits perfect, and obviously the motor, man, they detailed it out really nice. Header wrap, looks good, functional. I mean, it's hard to go wrong.
So you might expect big engine, V8, something like that, and say, Corvette, pretty obvious, right? But what about a commuter car? What if you engine swapped a commuter car that you would just never expect with, say, a Toyota Supra's engine? With Tim here, I'm David. Nice to meet you, Tim. Can you tell us about your car?
It's a 08 Scion, Supra 2JZ motor, rear-wheel drive conversion.
It makes what, like 400
A
horse?
little over 400, but really.
In the Scion XB.
Scion.
I feel like this is what Scion actually wanted people to do with their
That's
cars.
what they should have done from the get-go.
Yeah, I agree. But is pretty much the entire car redone? Fender
Yeah, the
flares?
entire car has all all Supra subframe and everything underneath it.
Really?
So
I
it's
thought it was
been
just the
all
engine.
cut out. No, not.
That's incredible.
They built the tunnel, rear-wheel drive. It's pretty much stock inside. They tried to leave it as stock as possible. Everything still works. Radio, windshield wipers, the whole nine still works.
That's incredible.
Let's walk around and see what else we can find. This is a Dodge Polara 500. Look at the lines on this.
Wow. You put a supercharger on it? It's just never fast enough. There are so many cars that you can find anything you want, from great to just interesting to weird, 4x4, lowrider, it doesn't matter. Did your headlight fall off? No. Man, I saw you yesterday on a motorcycle downtown. I see you riding around this thing in our neighborhood.
It's a daily driver.
Seats in the back, so you must have the kiddos.
Yeah, I've got twins, 4-year-old twins and a 7-year-old boy.
What do they think?
Man, they love it. I tried to keep it period correct. The motor's newer, it's a 350, it's just been bored over 30, just for the rebuild. Headers, custom exhaust, got disc brakes, automatic overdrive transmission, 373 posi rear end. I mean, it's set up to drive daily. It's, you know, I'm not gonna burn the tires off of it or anything.
Is it like a land yacht? Is it just,
Man,
looks like when you see it, it looks like
yeah.
it's floating.
Yeah,
It
well,
doesn't look like it's actually on wheels.
Yeah.
It looks like it's running on a pillow of air.
it is. It's on air ride, as a matter of fact. So I got the AccuAir system bagged all around. So yeah, man, it's fun.
It's a 69 Camaro, and it's an RS SS. You can tell that it has SS badging on the sides, but it also has the RS package, which is the Rally Sport, covered headlights that open and close. Look at the interior on this. This is great. Houndstooth interior, 5-speed transmission. And the wheels, they look like the original wheels, but they're larger. They look like they're about 17-inch. Nice car. Let's walk around and see what else we can find.
You put a supercharger on it?
Yes, I did. It's just never fast enough.
No, it's never fast enough. It can't be fast enough.
The 2012 V6 3.6 liter. It's a Sprintex supercharger. Gives you 104 horsepower. We changed the axle ratio because we added 35-inch tires. The vehicle is lifted 3.5 inches. And now this is a fast Jeep. It's an everyday driver, and you'll have fun on the highway with it, and off-road if you need it.
This is a Dodge Polara 500. Really a pretty car. Look at the lines on this. Look at the way they did the front end. Beautiful grille, nice looking car, great lines on it.
It is. It's the only year that the Polara looked like this. They only made it for a few years, but the 62 was very Art Deco looking.
Very, very.
Yeah, if you look at the folds and everything, it would be tough to build it.
Oh, yeah. There's just where the headlights are tucked. You have fins on the front, fins on the back.
That's why I picked it up. You don't see them.
No, you never.
It has 300 horsepower, weighs about 900 pounds.
So what I really want to ask you was, can I ride the Lambo?
Hey, you're a far better rider than I am.
How do you run it? I don't even know how you run this thing.
Well, you know, a simple man needs a simple machine. You know, of course, this is your throttle, your brake. Starts like a car since we got a car motor. This is the gear stick. That's reverse, your neutral, knock it and drive and ride it. It's about all you need to know.
So, you know, like any other Lamborghini V12 powered motorcycle.
And you're the only test pilot that's ever been on this thing beside me. Yeah, you're in drive. You were in gear. We were in gear. You didn't tell me you were in gear. I think you bucked the side.
Don't mind me. Just a Lambo motorcycle.
5 minutes with 330 horse. He's probably in the next county by now. Woohoo! What do you think?
That's hilarious. I can't wait to see what Chuck's got inside his place. I've heard about it for a long time. I've been to his house, but I've never been to the shop. And it's, you know, it's kind of out in the country. I don't think a lot of people have been there, so it's pretty cool to let people go in and see what it's like.
You know, I guess in some respects, I'm a counterfeiter. I make old race cars, but it's much easier to build an old race car if you start with all brand new material. This is our reproduction of the '64 Porsche 904. I think it's the most beautiful thing that Porsche ever built. We only did about 30 of the cars. For street use, they have just a regular roll bar in them. If a guy plans to use it on the track a lot, and we put a full cage in them, we can build a motor to pretty well any level of performance a guy wants. This is my baby, so to speak. This particular car is also another fake car. I know it looks like a 914, but it's 100% glass. The only Porsche part is about the floor. Well, the thing is, if you start listening to other people, then you wind up building something like other people would do. So if you just start with a clean place in the floor and do it the way you think it could be done, if it works, it's all yours. If it doesn't, you only have one person to blame.
People like Chuck just aren't constricted by the self-doubt of not being able to make something from scratch. And that's why he's able to create.
This car here is basically my idea of the Lister Knobbly. Styling is of the Knobbly, although this car is a little bit bigger. This particular car has one of the V12 Jags out of an XJS. Basically, it's a 50s sports car. And a lot of fun. There's a hell of a crowd here today.
What? Henry Ford III. What do you think of what Chuck's done to this?
There's a hell of a crowd here today.
Whoa, nice. Check that out.
Who you got in there?
It's cooler than the car.
Not as cool as the driver.
Yes, it does. Henry Ford III.
What?
Henry Ford III.
What are you doing in town?
John told me I had to come to a car show. I was like, all right, I'll be there.
Just a little car.
You see what time is it? A little gathering, a couple of friends, no big deal.
Welcome to Caffeine and Octane.
As a motivational promoter, how did you get into motorsports?
Well, I'm inspired by things that speak to excellence. And motorsports, really, as you know, it's physics. It's a math class. And we can make school cool by bringing motorsports into education. And Henry and I dreamed up a way to bring all this together. We're going to start a motorsports academy that teach inner city kids that they have talents that they can use, but also a purpose.
Still has the catalytic converter, still has the resonator, still has everything.
It's completely legal and deliciously loud.
There it is. I feel like my smile goes with the RPMs.
But even the handling here is so responsive.
Especially with the independent rear suspension. When Ford went to IRS, it completely changed their game. Can we just like never leave? I'll just stay here all day, except in the driver's seat. That's way better, but still.
Oh, driver's seat. Yeah. Oh my God.
Let's go! Woo! That was sweet.
So what's your impression so far?
I love it so far, but I think it's always better in the driver's seat. You know what I mean?
Good try. You know, I'm a control freak, so I like being behind the steering wheel. They made 135 of these.
Yeah.
For 2017, and this is chassis number 75. It's
got 461 miles on it. You know, I love this baby, and yes, you can drive it. But no donuts, no drifting.
Can't make any promises.
Then I promise you can't drive it.
You ready? Are you sure? You seem kind of nervous. Are you okay? Are you sure? Clutch is really light. All right.